All right, so I have a film for you that we just know you're going to love. It's called Going for the RX. And the premise for this is that when a freak accident causes an up and coming CrossFitter, an athlete, to become paralyzed from the chest down, he struggles to find his way back by reluctantly inspiring a group of paraplegic kids, which leads to a recovery that far exceeds his own doctor's prognosis or even his own. And so this is an inspiring movie to kind of just push everybody past their limits. Steven is a 24-year-old athlete. CrossFitting is an up-and-coming sport with a really big following, and it involves doing all sorts of weightlifting. And Steven himself is really ambitious and has been young, and he's been close to making it to the games on the last 2 years, missing it just by points, the big game. And I mean, this guy is a 24-year-old businessman at this point, but what he ends up doing is walking away from everything and dedicating all of his training. He leaves away his coaching, he leaves away everything, sacrifices everything just to get to the games. And while he's pushing his training to the very limits, a freak accident causes him to become paralyzed from the chest down. And in doing so, when he wakes up in the hospital, he basically feels like his entire life is lost. Everything that he's fought for, everything that he's built, all the sacrifices that he's made early just to even build his business is now pointless. And it's not until he meets this young lady named Jessica in his PT therapy, who is there as well and recognizes his spiral into hopelessness, that she begins to talk with him and share with him how his world is not over. And she introduces him to a group of young paraplegic kids who are just struggling to make it back and looking for some kind of inspiration. And she does this because in amongst them is this one young man named Peter, who has as a paraplegic, but is already doing CrossFit on his own, and he's looked on as the rest of the group as one of the cool guys in there because he's been able to make strides. But these kids just don't feel like they're able to do that or even try and do it because of where they are in their own positions, in their own recovery. And so basically, Steven actually is able to then encourage these kids, and he ends up developing some strategic strategies for the kids to be able to start learning how to do the movements. And what it does is spark a fire inside his own training and gives him some things to do, and he begins to just kind of come alive again, teaching these kids. And in doing so, he strengthens his own body and begins to get some recovery in an area where the doctors thought it wasn't even possible. And so it's a win-win for everybody. The kids get into CrossFit and they start to recover faster and are starting to get out, and they're coming out of their thing. And in the end, Steven, along with Jessica, kind of find a little bond and begin to move on and create a way forward. So it's going to be a film I know you're going to love. So thanks, and we're looking forward to hearing from you soon.